Show me on your whiteboard what vertical angles look like. Show me a picture. Very good. Column 1 and 2. Column angle 1 and 2. What do vertical angles look like? Show me. Okay, yes, Seth. Seth has shown me twice now. I need other people to show me. You should have started by drawing an X on your paper. Preferably you put arrows, but I didn't count it wrong if you didn't put arrows. And then the vertical angles are the angles that are opposite each other. You needed to put the number inside the actual angle, not up there by the arrow. So angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. Draw me complementary angles. Go. Draw me complementary angles. Another trick to remember complementary is you can remember this phrase. It's right to give a compliment. Like that's the right thing to do, right? It's right to give a compliment. What does it mean if it's a right angle? How many degrees? 90. So that's another way you can remember complementary angles. It's right to give a compliment. Complementary angles add up to 90. Could you have done something like this? Someone did this. 10 degrees, and what would the other one need to be? 80 degrees. That could have been your picture as well. It needed to be two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Okay, we're not going to do supplementary. Let's do, show me adjacent angles. I want them to not be complementary or supplementary. Draw adjacent angles. Adjacent angles that are not complementary or supplementary. Come sit right here so you can see that. That camera's annoying. Show me what you got. Adjacent angles. Beautiful. First one, Trinity. Adjacent angles. Adjacent means next door neighbors. They share a fence. They share a ray. But yours are supplementary. I want them to not be complementary or supplementary. Good. Well, which ones are we talking about now? You have three angles in that picture now. This is not rocket science. Not brain surgery. Good, good, that'll work. They didn't have to be congruent. So guys, just draw an angle and just divide it up somehow. Angle 1 and angle 2, those are two angles that are sharing a fence. They're next door neighbors. Mine almost does look like a right angle, but I didn't want them to be complementary or supplementary, so they just need to add up to something other than 90 or 180. Adjacent angles, next door neighbors. We did this in the warm-up. Draw me a linear pair, because this is probably the most important pair of all the whole unit. Good job. Good job. Put arrows on it. Angles are made up of rays. Good job. That's three angles, so that's not a pair. Show me, Alex, show me. Linear pair, let's see. Good, Nina, thank you. Very nice, put arrows on it. Richard, let's see. Come on, speed it up. Yep, yep. So to draw a linear pair, everyone's drawing a line because we see the word line in linear. And then pair. We need to create two angles. You can put that ray wherever you want, wherever you feel like on that day. Angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. Okay. Now you get to actually solve problems. Go. Solve it. You can draw the picture if that helps. Don't need a calculator for that one. Very good, Seth. First one. Bisect means cut in half. Bisect means cut in half. Charles, at least draw the picture and we'll get you started. Good. Good, thank you, ma'am. Cut in half. ABC is our whole angle. Ray BD just cut ABC in half. Arc, arc. Remember that from the lesson? Arc, arc. Like the seal. Okay. So those two are congruent. They match. They're the same. So if this one's 34 then, this one's 34. What is it asking for? A, B, C. What do? Add them together or double it. I am asking you to add. Every student in this class can add two numbers together. You guys need to step it up. 68 degrees, 34 plus 34, or 34 times 2. Try this one. Try again. Yes, thank you. Yes, ma'am, thank you. That's better, Seth. Good job. Thank you, Richard. What part are you stuck on? What part are you stuck on?
I'm going to read it.
Thank you. All right, we got to move on. This is a subtraction problem. I just said the word gotta. That is not a word. We need to move on. Okay, ABC. This is how I usually label it when they give me the whole angle. I put a big arc. The whole angle is 89, and we've used up 20 of our 89 degrees. We've used up 20. So we have 89, we've used 20. Is this an addition problem?
Subtraction.
It's a subtraction problem. These are one-step problems. 89 minus 20, 69 degree angle left over. 20 plus 69 is 89. Next problem. Find the measure of angle ABD. Let me get you started for those who drew the picture and then just stopped doing anything. When it says Ray BD bisects angle ABC, what does that mean? What does bisect mean? Cut in half. Thank you, Trinity. So if something's been cut in half, then this half equals this half. Put an arc and put another arc on your picture right now. Arc, arc. Put an arc and an arc. They're equal. They're identical twins. They are the same. When two things are the same, you're allowed to put an equal sign between them. You're allowed to set them equal. The half equals the half. Two congruent angles. From here, you either solve for x by hand, it's a two-step problem, or you go to y1 and y2 in your calculator. If you were solving by hand, you would move the 2x over here. You'd get 14 equals x plus 4. And then you would move the 4 over here. You would subtract 10 equals x. That took me 2 steps. I moved one thing, and I moved the other thing. Two-step problem. X is 10. Now I need you to tell me what the measure of ABD is. So you take x, which is 10, and you plug it in. X is now not a mystery anymore. We know it. 2 times 10 is 20. Plus 14 is, that was a 34 degree angle. The answer was 34. Moving on. Angle ABC is 82. Find x. Helen, give me the equation. What do I write?
2x plus 20 equals 80.
Awesome. So the whole angle is 82. We do our simple, it's not really an equation, it's a method. Part plus part equals whole. This is part, 82 is the whole thing. Alex, are you watching? You did not have this written down. What's the opposite of plus 20? Minus 20. 2x is 62. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is divide by 2. The final answer, you didn't even have to plug it back in anywhere, was 31. Next problem. There you go. Find x and the measure of ABD. No, I didn't group that. Let me group that for you and move it to a better spot. There we go. There we go. You could draw the picture or not draw the picture. It depends on what helps you solve it better. Okay, so one thing we would not do is we would not set these equal, right? BD is not an angle bisector. So if you don't see the word bisector, you don't set them equal. Now, normally we would do part plus part equals whole. But they didn't give us the whole, right, Alex? They didn't say angle ABC equals blank. Do you know what it equals, ABC? Do you see any markings on the picture? What? 90. There you go. So even though they didn't state that it equals 90, there was a box here. And that box indicates that that's a 90-degree angle. So we really did know the whole. Part plus part equals whole. The whole is 90. Combine like terms, 2x plus 4x. 2 plus 4, 6x equals 90. Divide by 6, divide by 6. X is? Okay, good, good. 15. So we found x, and then it wanted ABD. ABD is 4 times x. 4 times 15, 60 degrees. 60 degrees. And then Alejandro went on and even found this one too. If that's 90 and that's 60, then that's 30. Very good. Okay. We're nearing the end of our practice. No, I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, try this one. Don't worry, the end is near. Sorry, typo. D, B, C. Good job. Way to find my typo. Look for critical thinking reading. Yeah, how do we start this one? You did it right. What did you write down? Tell me what you wrote. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll copy it from your whiteboard because you have it correct. Equals 180. Very good. So part plus part equals whole. What you would not do is just set those two equal. You would not set them equal because no one said that they're the same measure. It's not an angle bisector. Part plus part equals whole. When you solve for x, you get, I'm not going to show the algebra this time, should have gotten 59. So how did we know the whole was 180? Because ABC, or AC rather, is a straight line. And a straight line always contains 180 degrees. All right.